Good evening, everybody. So tonight I wanted to go over something that I feel is pretty important. So I am a student here at Lambda School, and a couple of students had some questions about how I get my website hosted on netlify.com relatively pretty quick and for free. Which, well, you have to pay for the domain name, but if you already own it, then it's free. It only takes about 5 minutes to go through the process, and then about 24 hours for the DNS propagation to take effect, and then you have a live website. In fact, I mean, you can even see, as an example, I'll take you to this is hosted directly on my uh, Netlify server or Netlify account, and this is my real website name. You can travel to that without an issue, and you can see my uh, intro, portfolio, about me, contact section. I mean, you can see anything and everything that you wanted to from this, and this is all hosted directly from netlify.com. Now, netlify.com actually takes information from my GitHub account, as you can see, deploys from GitHub. And over here on the left, you see this is for a different repository, and I'm gonna go through this here, from start to finish. But the overall flow is here. So the what we do is we need to have a GitHub account with a repository that has in the .html object and the root directory. And I'm sure you can get a little more fancy and customized, in Netlify settings. But the easiest and fastest to have is to set it up as the index.html and the root directory, and you can name your HTML file whatever you want as long as it ends in .html. Now, I use the uh, Google domains provider, and I'll show you how to. In fact, we're going to delete this because that's what we're going to use here in a minute. I'm going to show you from start to finish how to get all these to work interconnectedly, which is fantastic and amazing, especially for a developer. You just click a button, make some changes, save, put it into your GitHub account, and using Git, and you're done. So what we do, once you get an account through netlify.com, completely free, by the way, which is awesome, you're going to click on New Site from Git. Once you do that, you're going to select where you have it, whether it's Bitbucket, GitLab, or GitHub. Mine's on GitHub. Go through the authorize. As you can see, I've probably done this a couple times. Now every single one of these are my individual repositories that I've either created myself or forked from somewhere else. And in this instance, we're going to click on User Interface. And then what we're going to want to end up doing is clicking on the branch. We want Robert-Peterson. And then, because that's the branch that I have over here with all my commits and saves files and changes saved to. These build command, publish directory, you can certainly use these. I don't. But we do deploy site, and then it's going to go through this progress. So it says, step one, deploying site. Congratulations, our site is deployed with this web address. So if we click on it, it's going to take us. So this is my beautiful web page that I put together, and just to show off a little bit. I mean, it's not going to do anything, but because I haven't actually created these actual other pages. But anyway, so this is just an example website. I have some basic CSS in here, and it has that domain name address. So in here, once we have it deployed, we're going to click on set up a custom domain. We're going to do great, at least in this case, greatsite.bypeterson.com, and that's my domain name that I own, and verify. And then it's going to say, it's already owned. Is that you? In my case, yes, it is. All right. So now what it's going to do is it's going to say, well, right here, it should. It's not giving me the option that I'm expecting it to. So what we're going to need to do is take this line right here, and this is the same thing as what the address was up above earlier. Go to your domain service provider, and for myself, for this instance, we're going to type in great site. We're going to change this to a CNAME record, and usually Netlify will provide it to you. There'll be an item right about here that'll say, check or verify DNS configurations. Now, because I just deleted mine, it may take a couple seconds for it to realize that it's no longer there, but we're going to go ahead and create it anyways. So we have great site, which is the subdomain, a CNAME record, TTL, you can leave it as default, whatever yours is, and then domain name, we're going to paste in the address that was provided in Netlify, which is this line right here. And then in your domain service provider, just make sure at the very end there's another period. You click add, takes a couple seconds. This will say, successfully changed, and then you can refresh here. Now uh, the VNS, the DNS propagation, that does take some time for it to go through. See, there it goes. Check DNS, and this is what it will give you. This is what we already put into Google DNS. This is the great site, and then the fact that it was a CNAME record. And we've already done this. Now, they even say right here in the documentation to wait 24 hours to propagate, and if it doesn't, you can contact their customer service. But usually it's within like 30 minutes that they have it taken care of. Now, if it's already, we're going to refresh this page. Now, if it works and goes by a little faster, great. If it doesn't, I'll show you how the true power behind the connection between Netlify and GitHub and how amazing that uh, connection and combination is. But I may have to do it at a later time, just depending on Netlify, what they end up doing here. But the reason why we want to verify the DNS propagation is because Netlify uses a service called, or this system called HSTS, which basically means that it's required to have an SSL certificate. And luckily, Netlify uses Let's Encrypt, a free service, to provide that SSL TLS certificate to you. Now, it looks like, it says this error message, but you can clearly see that it's there. Now, I did delete this. This was previously set up. I did delete it, and then I'm trying to re-add it, so I may have to do a couple other steps. But the basic step or the basic information is here. So make sure you wait for the DNS configuration. If it works, great. If not, definitely contact their customer service. But usually, as I said, it takes anywhere between 10 minutes to 24 hours. And then once it does propagate through correctly, I'll go ahead and show you the true power of why you want to use Netlify and GitHub. If you have any questions until then, or you want me to review something else, or you want to receive one-on-one assistance, just contact me. My email is contact@robertpeterson.dev, or you can also comment on my videos or on the discussion pane, and I'll be glad to assist you there. But until then, have a great night.